I've got floorboard screws, 2 bags of plaster, I've got some adhesive for the skirting, I've got decorator's cork, I've got my rollers, my pole, I've got inhibitors to put in the radiator, I've got a rad downstairs, brand new radiator on the wall, I've got a couple of pipes, plumb that in yet, I've got to make good around all the electric sockets, I've got to stick the skirting, paint the skirting, paint the window balls, tie up around the windows, cork around the window balls, cork around the windows, tie up the door frame and put the architrave on and paint that. Can I do that in about 4 days? Right, there's no time like the present. Let's stop talking. Ceiling's been plastered. 2 coats of multi-finish over the Artext. I've got something to do that. Lovely job. There you go. Sometimes it's worth paying someone to do a job. Came home, the guy done it after another job, fitted us in on the oven, which I was pleased about. So that's nice and tidy and neat. Saves me a job. Not sure if I could have done a ceiling, to be honest. So job done, I'm pleased. Right, welcome back for another video, people. Since you last saw me go faster haircut, I can't be doing this heat, and when you ain't got a lot of hair like me, it's, you know, off. It looks shit, but I love it. Dip it under the sink. In this heat, it's awful. I can't be doing with it, and I haven't got a lot of hair anyway, so what's the bloody point? Jill doesn't like it like this. Anyway, off subject. Let's get back on the subject. We're talking about the decorating. So at the beginning of this video, you would have seen the clip. I got a guy around at short notice. Diamond geezer, he came round after another job for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, skimmed the ceiling in 2 coats. It's just drying out now, so I'm well pleased. All I've got to do. I mean, if I had the money, I mean, this video is sort of like bedroom makeover on a budget. If I had the money, I would have had the whole lot flipping plastered. But the walls are okay. I don't really need plastering, it just saves a lot of prep work. But so the ceiling's done. I've just got to go around the top edge and tidy up where I took the coving off. There's a little lip where the paint has met the coving in from the old days. So this evening I'm going to do a little bit of plastering myself. On my right, your left, you'll see the wall that needs doing. So I've gone out on the advice, I think it's Kirk is his name, a guy called On The Trowel. It's quite a relatively new channel, I think, that started up. He's got a few subscribers now, but he's quite, there's a load of plasters on YouTube that give advice out, etc. But this guy is a down-to-earth, you know, northerner. Don't hold that against him. I think he's a northerner from Leeds or Liverpool or somewhere. He's a decent fella. I'll tag him below, I'll tag him in this video. I think it's Kirk. It's got on the Trowel, I think it's called. He done a live the other night, and I mentioned my situation here. Now, I don't do loads of plastering, but I've done some plaster on plasterboard before with multi-finish. Always use multi-finish. I've done some bits and bobs on other bits, filled some holes in before, and made good before. And I've always used bonding. But I told him the situation here with bricks and blocks, bricks and these concrete blocks, and he said give it a go with hardwall. I've never used it before, hardwall. It's meant to be for high suction surfaces, and he also gave me a bit of advice, God bless him. He did a YouTube live the other day, which was quite good. I managed to get a couple of questions in there, and he said, if you can see this from there hopefully, when I go to do some PV on this, I've got to come further out, so you fill in with a hardwall and then you trowel out with your finish further out here and here. Obviously the plasterboard corner there is going to be just multi-finish. So in a minute I'm going to knock out some hardwall on and fill in there. I'll video myself doing that. Fill in there, I'm going to fill in there. PVA it first. I'm going to PVA it further than this strip here. You see this strip here? I'm going to come a good foot either side of it. So when I'm doing the multi-finish I can trowel out and blend it out. We'll see how it goes. I've got a few bits. I've done a bit of plastering before, but it's going to be behind the wardrobe anyway. I'm going to knock out some hardwall, clean my bucket out, knock out some hardwall, trowel that in, and I think you can put the multi-finish on. I'm not 100% when it's semi set, so basically I'll give it a, whatever it says on the bag, I don't know, half hour. It's really warm, so I think it's going to dry quicker. Depending on the suction as well. And we'll give it a little taste. We won't taste it, no, we won't taste it. We'll give it a little touch test, and I'll see how I get on. So it's not going to be actually solid. And then I'll put a multi-finish on top of that. The reason is, that will help it, give it a bit of a key, so I don't need to put any scratches in or anything like that. Maybe I should, I don't know, it's going to be behind the wardrobe. I was thinking today maybe I should do some more plaster. I've done a click and collect. Already ordered 1 bag of multi-finish and 1 bag of hardwall plaster. I was wondering really, I would have liked to have to go with plastering the whole lot, but does it really need doing? It's going to be wardrobes up the back here. We've decided now to chat with Jill, we had a little family meeting the other day. Jill, my daughter, mentioned about Pax wardrobes, and then a family member who's a great girl, she's Jane. I can't remember the name of her channel now, but she does a lot of work on, she's got a lovely channel on Instagram. And she does a lot of work in a couple of properties that she's had in the past, and a new one they've just bought that they're doing up. And she, funny enough, put an Instagram reel or post, whatever it is, a story up the other day about Pax stuff. I mentioned in one of my other videos about buildings and stuff, getting some MDF sheets and buildings and stuff and painting and all that. This Pax stuff, it's got mixed reviews, but I'm going to screw it to the wall so it should be solid. It's basically pre-built carcasses from Ikea. Ikea call it cases, but you can do it, you can design your own wardrobes online. Not a bad little thing, but basically what I'm going to do is try to get, actually while I'm here, I've got a tape measure. I think they're 100 mil. I can't remember what the width of them was now. But the plan was to put some Pax, if you can see me, the plan was to put some Pax wardrobes across the back edge here. There'll be another video later on, a completely separate video once the bedroom's finished and the carpet's down. I think they said it's a metre. They might be longer than a metre. And it's 120. So a metre comes out, but that'll be further. I'm going to cut that in. So the first one I'm going to do, we're going to get these Pax wardrobes or Pax cases, carcasses. They're basically wardrobe carcasses. They're shelves, empty shelves. You can design it online, but you can add doors, not add doors, add rails, drawers, shelving, whatever you want. We're trying to do this on a budget. So I'll come up with an idea and Jill agreed, and a few family members agreed. What we're going to do, we're going to get 3 or 4, probably 3 Pax carcasses or cases, what they call them. I think we can go for 100, a 50 and 100. I'm not 100% sure yet, I can't remember the measurements. And then we're going to sort of use the room and see how it works out for us, see if we need a rail in one, a shelving in the other. We're not going to actually design it straight away. It's a bit like, I watched a gardening programme years and years ago on TV, and they said when you do your landscape gardening, your best bet is to leave your garden alone, don't touch it, and just don't put a path down, and eventually you'll find a natural path for people to walk up and down on the grass. That's where your path goes, where people naturally walk. Sort of a similar situation for here. I'm going to put the carcasses in, screw one to the wall. This one's going to be further out because you've got this jutting out, so I'm going to make it further out, a bit of a feature, step the others into the wall. Not putting this skirt in the back here, so they're going to be nice and tight, solid to the wall. First one's going to go on the left there, I'm going to cut it open. This is another video, I shouldn't tell you this. First carcass is going to go on the left there, or your right, I think, I'm not sure. I'm going to cut it to fit a triangle, hopefully, and have a rail in there. Second one, third one, we're not sure yet. Drawers, shelving, rails. So basically what we're going to do is use the room, live in it, see what we need. See, do we need drawers, do we need rails, what we need, what do we need in the cupboard? Don't buy it off the cuff. Then you find, if you buy it straight away and design it straight away, you realise 6 months down the line that the drawers are in the way, you wanted a rail, or the drawers aren't redundant, you've wasted money. That's another story, another video coming sort of after this bedroom is complete. Ordered the skirting. Apparently the message the guy gave me there, I've not had an email back, but the message I got just now on the phone. I got a message, it's just something about being delivered tomorrow at 8 till 9, so I'm assuming that's tomorrow as in tomorrow. Because I wasn't sure when the message was sent, nothing's turned up today, so it's a bit weird. He didn't really, it's a bit of a short message really, it's a bit strange. Anyway, job is today, first of all, I'm going to jump up the ladder, if you can see, in the far corner, where I filled that in a bit messy. I'm going to jump up the ladder and sand that down first of all. I'm going to sand the wooden door frames down here. I'm not sure you can see that. And I'll sand the wooden door frame down on the left there, on my right, where I'm going to put the plasterboard in, plastering. Then I'm going to do PVA on the wall, and then do the hardwall. While the hardwall's going off, I'm going to shoot around the top edge of this ceiling with the electric sander and a small vacuum my son's lent me. My son's lent me a brilliant Makita vacuum, and I don't know if it's going to fit on my Dewalt one, but when he does sanding around the bungalow, it does a fantastic job, so I'm going to try and use that so I won't make too much dust. So while the hardwall's going off, the plan is to sand around the top edge of this room, come back to the hardwall, knock up some multi-finish, which is you finish second coat, finish plaster, do a couple of coats of multi-finish, and make good. And also I've got plaster's triangle in, and let that set, trowel it out, etc, etc. I'm not a plasterer, so we can have some fun, can't we? I've bought today, I've been down weeks, she's done a click and collect. I bought one bag of multi-finish, one bag of hard wall, 4 push foot elbows, speed fit, 15mm equal elbow speed fits. I've got everything in advance. I'm hoping carpet's being delivered in about 5 days time. Can I get this bare shell ready for carpet in 5 days time? The ceiling's just drying out now. It's looking alright. There's a couple of little bits, one tiny little bit there I've got to fill in, a tiny little bit there I've got to fill in, but that was a nightmare ceiling to do, to be fair. Let's get up the ladder first and start sanding this mess up there first. Sand that mess down first, then knock up me plaster. And speedy haircut, let's see if it does any good. Well, the Makeover Hoover doesn't fit on the end of my Dewalt sander, which is a bit of a pain. So I'll clean the little bag out the back. And, just have to suffer it, I'm afraid. Don't want to fall through, so I'll go straight through downstairs. So I've just got God, that is dust. Really bad. EVA with water to seal it. A bigger brush will be. I'm coming past. Let's go with that. 50-50 mix PVA and water. Only because I've got PVA left over from before. Now some people, use SBR or whatever it is, I think. And there's another little piece, there's a little piece on the wall over that's fallen off, so I'm going to PVA that as well before I forget. So I want to plaster that in as well. So I'm coming past the mark here. So I know where to trowel to. The wardrobe's going here anyway, and they're pretty much going to be fitted. So that's the whole lot soaked with PVA now, all dandy on the bare brick, and like 6 to 8 inches further off the edge, whatever millimetres it is, I'm not sure. And there's a nail at the bottom that I've got rid of, and I've cleaned up the plasterboard a little bit, had a bit of rubbish on it, brushed it off. Plastering, I'm going to do the hardwall plaster first, let that go off a little bit, take the joints up with a skim tape, then do multi-finish on it. The plan of sanding around the edges today, gone out the window, too dusty, and I'm knackered on. It is hot. I wasn't going to mention it's hot, but it's bloody hot. So just to get this plastered in 2 coats and sand, I'll be happy. Let that dry in, sand it tomorrow, I think. We'll see. So apparently, get that brush out of there. Might need that. Apparently, one of these whole buckets full up. So I'm going to pour it into this bucket here. Just clean that. Apparently one of these full up does one multi-finish, so I'm going to use pretty much half a bucket. Water. Put them on to one side. Get this ready. And then get rid of the trowelling. Luckily I bought myself one of these a few years ago. Well, I'm a DIYer. These help. I've done a few bits and pieces worth investing in. And then I've never used this stuff before. Give it a go. I'm not troweling. Right, it's be guesswork. I've got to stand up. That's not too bad. Oh, you know what I forgot? We've got a hook. Oh god. See so. It's come up alright. That's nice. You might have been it. That bit more. State that, look, I forgot all about it. I've had to hit it with a hammer. I think that's courtesy one of these videos, just put it on gentle, don't bash it down, get away with it. Like it's only a bleeding patch, obviously, you've got to do a proper job, a wall or ceiling or something like that, obviously you want it all clean. Now, where's that flipping trowel? This trowel's pretty good. You know, Martian trowel, I mean, damn it. Quite nice stuff to work with actually. Right, look at me people. Right. Just to carry on filling that in, trailing it out, getting it straight like that and getting it flat like that, from top to bottom. I mean there's a few bits in there, I'm just going to fill it in a bit more. It doesn't need to be because it's going to be plaster, we finished plaster, so just crack on that now, finish that off and I'll do the other bit down the bottom there, be a bit harder, got to get going quick. It's getting dark now, flipping out. Fatten it up a bit. There. Get it on. And then run it all over it. Just want to fatten it up there. And a straight edge on it. Just fill all this in. And I'll run a straight edge over the bottom there. I'm lucky it's going to be on wardrobe. It'll be alright. 2 coats to finish. Get late and I thought I wanted to do this in the flipping daylight. I'm not bloody getting dark already. Now, it's got all this in. Nothing like using clean tools, and this is nothing like clean tools. I think as I think I might just do the rough coat for now. I think it's on Kirk, I don't know, on the trowel, on the plaster. He recommended doing this hardwall stuff, and I think it's right because I think it's so warm tonight. I think the speed of me, a beginner, if I'd done this in vinyl, I think this would have gone off by now. It's still well wet, that is. Time is getting on, basically. This has got to be set back. God, the mess that is. That's alright. So I'm running as straight as down there, just get that. I think I'll end up doing the multi-finish tomorrow. Travel it in a bit. Just want plan is now just to dig out the old speed skim, hold it against the wall here. There you go. Get that wash off. Wash the excess off your straight edge. You haven't got a speed skim. Obviously not everyone's got a speed skim, so if you haven't got a speed skim you have to use a straight edge of some sort. Basically, that'll do. I'm not going to get the multi-finish today. I'm just going to wipe it down on a sponge. Shouldn't be use this dirty water. So, wipe these edges. Otherwise it gives me more work to do when I'm about to the finish. This frame. Oh, I think about it, I forgot to have architrave in minutes. A bit too fussy. And that edge. If that even further, I've got to clean the floor up a bit. Get that right down. I forgot about that. Architrave. Who's that? You get finished go done.
Gonna need scrape it,
Eh?
scrape it, isn't it?
That's what?
So,
That's all set back. Normally fucking speed now, it's all like lower, you know.
yeah.
You're better off doing a whole fucking wall, but I think
Oh, it's sweaty in there, isn't it?
Gently.
Oh, fucking hell.
Stink, don't I? Right, that's that bit done. That's the rough. Shut up. That's the hardwall done on the brickwork. It's one of the warmest. I was 32 earlier when I come home in the car from work, and it's got a bit later because by the time I chilled out and had a cup of tea and had a rest, and got the tools up here ready, it's like 7, half 7. It's now getting dark now. So what time we got now? 8:15 now. So that's that done. And at the end of this video, you'll see me do multi-finish. To finish speed another night. I think I can't do it now. I'm shattered. I've got to go have a shower and get some food inside me. So that's that done now. I tied it up and it looks worse than it is. It's all set back slightly. It's all flush or sub-flush below the surface. That'll dry out nicely, I think. Ready for the finish coat. It was easy, I think, using the drywall stuff, or hardwall, sorry, the Thistle Hardwall. It gave me a bit more time to work with it because at my place you need it. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting the finish coat done, but thinking about it, there's not a lot to do there because the architraw's going there anyway. I was getting a bit sort of fussy there, so a little bit there, architrave, trim over that and do over that. So that'll be tomorrow night, that'll be ready. I think the skirting's coming tomorrow. Just want to get this plastered, looking reasonable. I mean, the main bit to get done is this triangle piece here. If you can see it. The main thing I want done is this front, is this triangle piece here, because the wardrobe's going about here somewhere. We can step it forward. So you have a lamp there, triangle piece there. Can't be avoided, but I want a nice finish on that front edge. Put some scrim tape on it, get that done, get this ball done at the back. But this is all going to be hidden. This is all going to be hidden by, you can see that, that's all going to be hidden by the wardrobes anyway. So, but I still want a reasonable job. And then I've got to go around and do all the sanding. I'm going to try and make an attachment, maybe get some gaffer tape to fit that hoover to my sander somehow, because that puts out loads of dust. Once that I did that earlier, it was game over. The place was full of dust, still got dust in it now. So I'm going to turn the lights out, shut the big windows, leave the little windows open. There's a lot of damp in here. That's drying well now, that ceiling on the top. It's looking really good. I'll be able to paint it in a couple of days. So what's the day today? Yeah, I've got 2 days till the weekend, so get that painted, get the walls painted, off we go. Everything takes longer than you think though. But, so I'll see you in a bit. At the end of this video, it should be, hopefully that should be finished, and I'll start sanding. Start putting some tools away. I'm going to leave the tools tonight. I can get them cleaned up tomorrow. I've got an idea about them to clean them, so I'll see you later. Bye bye. Right, today is multi-finish day. This is day 2. As I said at the beginning of the clip, didn't have time to finish this off. It got dark. I got straight after work. I'm sweating out as usual. It's 32 degrees. But look. Ta-da! Bee blasted it, and I bee blasted that trowel. See that? Look how clean that's come up. Bee blasted that. It didn't touch that funny enough because that's stainless steel. We marked this a little bit, it gave a little finish, but that's just that's a hawk, by the way. Some people call it a handboard. What's his name? Kirk from the Plaster. I'll tag him, I mentioned him before. Is the reason I'm having a go at this. Well, plus it's on a budget. So I've done that. Clean my bucket out ready. My bucket shells. Bit clean, bit rusty, but I'm not going to use that. I'll just put it. So I've got a little bit of water in the bucket. A big floppy bucket. Clean it all down. It's looking alright. So I'm just going to, oh, dusty. I have a little sand up, and I'm going to knock up a little bit of multi-finish and trowel it on. And see how we get on. So I won't show you knocking it up. I'm just going to tip something and mix it up and start troweling it on. 2 coats, I think, and I'll be back. Baby tools up. What I didn't do, I didn't clean the bloody mixer up. Probably the floppy buckets, you can't clean this up. Not ready. It's only better for a stiff bucket, I think. That is a little bit too stiff. I need some water, and I've got a clean bucket. Still like to try that. Get away one coat. I was watching this this guy the other day on YouTube. The guy's on about, I'll tag him below. And he's doing live, he answered a few questions. Bit different from me because he's doing live. I do my live in my little bar, as you all know. In my little bar, I eat and drink. But it's quite funny, actually got a takeaway delivered to his little shed down his garden, his little office or something. Yeah, dish out some, he had a float like for building work or whatever. And he had to dish out some cash for the curry. And the poor lad, poor bloke, he had his curry delivered, to the shed or the house or wherever it was. Doing his live, he said, I won't eat in front of people, it's rude, I won't eat in front of people. I thought, a bit different from me. Johnny Boy always eats in front of people. But different channel, you know. But with me, I'll eat, as you know, if I'm down like a bar and a beer, it's all about, I'll have a bit of food and a drink. I did notice though, he had a Bhuna. A Bhuna, I'm like, what's all that about, a Bhuna? It's got to be on a dress. Got to be a dress all day long, isn't it? Surely. Right, that's what we've got so far. Just went out of plaster that corner, those two corners. So I'm going to knock out a thin one, put it on the plasterboard first, and then come back to the rest of the wall. I don't want to knock out a bit more plaster. Do these little bits, and then go back and do a finished one. So I'm going to knock out a finished one, a thin one. Do the finished bits first. By the time I do the rest, come back. Hopefully that'll be going off. So I'm going to do one more bucket of plaster, and then see how we get on, and trowel it out. It's that one's a quick, no one go quickly. Before it goes in, gets you dry. Go at last. It's getting dark again. That took longer than I thought. Jesus, no wonder the plaster didn't want to do it. A bit fiddly. A proper plaster would knock that out in a couple of hours, I'd have thought, but on hours so. But the patch got bigger and bigger and bigger. I wish I'd done the old wall now, but there you go, it's done. It's a bit fiddly. It's going to be beyond the wardrobe anyway, I know I keep saying that. I'll just give you a quick spin around. Bit of tidy up tomorrow, and then the architect's going to go in there. And yeah, it's looking alright, quite pleased with it. Paint the back side, didn't knock enough plaster up. There you go, whatever. First coat, second coat become a bit of the first coat, etc, etc. Plasterboard, drywall and brick, and it went off at different speeds, but I'll just give you a quick spin with the camera and see what we've got. I've tied up, I've cleaned the trowel and the hook. The buckets and that can bloody wait another time, I'm shattered. Have a little look, see what we've got. It's not too bad. It's going to be beyond the wardrobe. I might put a bit of light on. Oh, for fuck's sake, get out of it. Right. So there you go. That's the triangle bit done. Right. Right, tomorrow I'll tidy up. Clean up, tidy up, and make good a little bit here and there, and then I'll plaster up in there, didn't I? I've done that. That'd do me, forget the plaster now. Next job, easy fill. And it's called easy fill because it's bloody easier. Yeah, next job tomorrow, I'll tidy up and start making good and fill in a few bits. So far so good, just got to trim this back a bit with artichoke colours around there, stand up a little bit, artichoke on there. Problem is, because the wall's not flat, you think you're going to fill in a little gap, it gets wider and wider and wider. You have to sort of feather it out on the edges. I'm no plaster, but you have to feather it right out because the wall is not flat initially. So you're sort of struggling, it's all over the place. It really wanted a complete skim, I suppose, but the wardrobes are going there anyway, so I'm pleased with it. A bit of a few gaps down there, I put it in with some filler, but it don't matter. Really wanted doing the two stages, the wall and then the triangle bit at the bottom, I suppose, plasterboard and the wall. But I'll brush it up and fill that in tomorrow and make good, and that's it. Me done, thank you. I'm going to go have a shower, get changed, have something to eat. Thank you for watching. I think I'll call that the end of this little video, and tomorrow we'll start fresh. Thank you. Next video will be making good. I want to get started painting really. Ceiling's looking dry now. So try and connect my hoover up, the big hoover in the shed I've got, try and get that emptied, connect it up to my sander, and then I'm sandy F out of it then, because it's so dusty. But if I can get a hoover attached to it, I can just go mad all the way around every surface. Sand fill, done. Then I get painting. But up early in the morning doing a few bits. I've got a day off from proper job, so up early in the morning doing a few bits here. And then we're going to go and watch the tour of Britain, which is coming past our village, through another couple of little villages. So I'll take my proper camera, my Sony ZV-E10 or ZV-E10. I'm going to do some nice footage hopefully, and then go have a bite to eat, then come back and do some more. So all go. Carpet's coming in, what's the date? In 5 days time. So I'm up against it. Skirt has been delivered tomorrow. Van broke down apparently, so it's been delivered tomorrow. I really need to get this sanded and prepped and start painting. It's time's creeping away, and I've done this bit, so I'm pleased. Happy days. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.